Ria, I have something important to discuss with you. What is it? It's important. What time are you coming home tonight? I'm out now, so I don't think I'll be home until very late. Can we speak tomorrow? Where are you and what are you doing? I'd like you to come home as soon as possible so that we can talk. It's really important that we talk tonight. But I told you I'm out. Can't this wait? Or better yet, can you speak to Kevin about it? By the way, are you at the house right now? I am. I'll be waiting for you at my parents' house. I want you to come home as soon as possible. Where's Kevin today? He's still at work and hasn't come home yet. Where are you now? Do I have to tell you that? I don't think that's something that I need to share with you. Where you go is not my business, but if it's not that important, I'd like you to prioritize family today. I'd like you to come home right away. What's going on? If it's so urgent, can't you just tell me now? Fine, I'll ask you over chat. What did you do with my father's bank book? Huh? What bank book are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? The fact that you're lying about it means that you're guilty. I was shocked to find out what you did, and used all of his money without asking for permission. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're being ludicrous. Can you ask Kevin about it? Don't involve Kevin. We know that you did it on your own. If you're not going to confess, we could just report it to the police. Is that a threat? Why are you making such a big deal about a lost bank book? Your father has gone senile and he probably lost his bank book. I'm sure of it. I'm sure he's not even looking for it. My father is not senile and he also suspects that you took his bank book from him. You don't know that he's senile because you don't live with him. He's very forgetful these days. The issue is not whether my father is forgetful or not. We found the missing bank book in your room. What? Well, if you found it, what's the problem? The room also belongs to Kevin. I'm not the only one that uses that room. How could you go into our room without permission? That's an invasion of privacy. You're the one committing a crime here, not me. You don't seem to get it. My father called me to say that his bank book was missing, and then I spoke to Kevin about it. So you already spoke to Kevin then? If you already got in touch with him, why get in touch with me too? Kevin gave me permission to go into your room. Well, I certainly didn't give you permission to go through my stuff. And I found the missing bank book in one of the drawers. You took the bank book that had the most money in it. And I saw that you had taken all the money out. What did you do with the money? Why are you asking me? I don't know. I'm sure that your father used the money for something and forgot about it. Either way, this has nothing to do with me. I see. If that's how you're going to play it. My father is clearly in distress because of what you did to him. You used up all the money that he had saved for his post-retirement. How many times do I have to tell you? It wasn't me. Don't blame me. You don't have any proof. You need to calm down. I think you're the one that needs to calm down. The way you write your chats isn't a style that is used by most people in their 30s. You need to grow up a little. My friends tell me that I sound young for my age. I'm sure that they're complimenting me. I don't think they're complimenting you. You committed a crime. Even if you're married to my brother, it's a crime if you take a family member's money without their consent. Why do you think I did it? It wasn't me. Who else could it be? This is serious. You committed a crime. I went to the bank with my father. They told us that a woman had come into the bank several times with my father's bank seal and taken out money from the account. They showed me that person's signature and it was your name on the papers. Oh, so you know then. I didn't think the bank would show the signed papers to anyone. Don't they know what client confidentiality means? Well, the account belongs to my father, so I think he has every right to know who took money from his account. What did you use the money for? Why do I need to tell you that? Your father lives on his own, and it's not like he needed the money for anything. He doesn't have to provide for your mother anymore, and Kevin pays some money to your father as rent. So he won't miss any of the money that I spent. It's not like he can take the money with him when he dies. I was just helping him to make good use of his money. You're not making any sense to me. What I mean is there's no point in having all this money if you're not going to use it. Your father should be thanking me for using his money. I really don't understand your logic. It makes no sense to me. You committed a serious crime and I'm going to report it to the police. But this is a family matter. Why do you need to bring the police into this? I live under the same roof as your father, so his things are mine and my things are his. It's okay to share because we're family. The police won't take this seriously. Considering the amount that you stole, this is a big deal. I think that it makes sense to involve the police because my father never agreed to give you his money. I've already spoken to Kevin about this. Well, I'm sure that Kevin can pay back your father from his salary. It's not a big deal. I don't work, so I can't pay back the money even if I wanted to. Is this a joke to you? Do you think that this is funny? Like I said earlier, I only spent the money because your father had no use for it. I did him a favor. I'm sure that if your father understands where I'm coming from, he'd want to thank me. So you have no remorse for what you did. You stole money and you have the nerve to say that you did something good? You're unbelievable, you know that? You're not listening to me. I've been listening, but you're not making any sense. And my father tells me that you're always out and never at the house. If you don't work, what do you do all day? That's not something that I need to share with you. You don't help with the chores at all, so my father's been taking care of the house on his own. You don't even cook for my father or Kevin. They eat takeout every night. Do you even care about their health? Do I have to prepare the meals by myself? I buy their dinner and leave it on the table so they can eat it when they like. What's the problem here? I had no idea that you and your father were saying mean things about me behind my back. I'm very hurt. I know that you're at the casino right now. What? I know that you have a gambling addiction. Kevin told me about it, and he also told me that you promised that you'd stop gambling when you guys got engaged. Kevin believes that you've been keeping your promise to him, but if he knew that you were at the casino right now, what would he think of you? What casino are you at? Fine, I won't deny it. I'm at the casino. I didn't win any money today, so I'm taking a break and chatting with you. You're delusional. Kevin is also crazy for falling in love with you. You were his first serious girlfriend, so he didn't know any better. Kevin loves me for who I am. Kevin has agreed to take this matter to the police. I'm sure that Kevin will talk to you after he gets off work, but he wants to divorce you. So you should be prepared for that. Huh? A divorce? Kevin would never leave me. He loves me too much. I don't think that Kevin feels the same way. What? Kevin did love you very much, but when he found out that you stole his father's money, he was shocked to see the least. And if he finds out that you're still gambling, basically he married a liar. So you used our father's hard-earned money on gambling. It's unforgivable. Look, I haven't spoken to Kevin yet, and you're putting words in his mouth. I'm going to clear the air with Kevin when I see him later. You can say what you want, but I won't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Right back at you. Yeah, whatever. You can make up all the excuses that you want, but I won't believe a word that you say to me. The only thing I ask is that you return the money that you stole and that you move out of the house. I never want to see your face again. I live there. You can't kick me out of my own house. We can't let you back into the house. You might steal something. I'm going to stay with my father and Kevin tonight, so if you want to try to come home, I won't let you in. Why don't you sleep outside, you ungrateful bitch? Rhea came home from the casino, but her sister-in-law Ariel wouldn't let her into the house. She was taken to the police station after Ariel called the police on her. Kevin apologized to his father for what his wife had done. After a family discussion, Kevin decided to divorce Rhea and report the stealing of his father's money to the police. Rhea didn't have a place to live, a job, or any savings, so she was desperate to get Kevin to forgive her and take her back. But Kevin no longer wanted anything to do with her and shut her out completely. It seems that a difficult future lies ahead for Rhea.
Hey Rhea, are you there? I just wanted to know what you were thinking being out this late. I mean, do you have any idea at all what time it is right now? You really need to start taking more responsibility for your things. Your room is just a complete mess, and you still aren't home to clean it up at all? Honestly, just what are you thinking? You do realize that now that you're married, it is your job to make sure that your house is kept nice and tidy, don't you?
Oh, hello, Ashley. I'm sorry, but what is all of this that you're talking to me about right now? That's an awful lot of text to get through, and I'd appreciate it if you could just tell me what's going on.
Well, I took it upon myself to visit my son's house and see how he is doing with his new wife. And imagine my shock when I walked inside and realized the state of the house that my poor boy is living in. Just what do you call this mess, huh? I mean, this is your home. You really ought to be taking better care of it, don't you think? How can you even accept living like this? It's just ridiculous. What is the matter with you, Rhea?
I'm really sorry that you were upset at the way our house looks when you came over unannounced, Ashley. But the fact of the matter is that I'm very, very busy with work these days, and so I can only do what I'm able to. But the other thing you should know is that basically all of the mess in our house was caused by Sam, so I shouldn't be the one that you talk to about this. After all, I'm only ever able to do a little bit of cleaning during the few spare hours that I have on the weekends. I wish that I could do more, but I just don't have enough time in the week to dedicate to keeping my house clean.
You don't have enough time? Do you have any idea how obvious it is that you're just making up excuses for yourself right now? Listen to me. The matter of fact that you are married now, you're someone's wife, and you need to get that through your head. I mean, you may be working now, but your primary job should be taking care of the house and your husband. You do know that, don't you?
You think that my first priority should always be to keep my house clean and serve my husband? I'm sorry, but I'm just not sure if I agree with that at all. Besides, if Sam has any complaints about the way that we're living, he hasn't said anything to me about anything. So I think that I must be doing enough for him as things stand, or else I'm sure that Sam would have said something to me by now. So while I do appreciate your concern about the state of Sam and I's marriage, I really think that there's nothing to be worried about at all.
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all, do you? None of what you said changes the fact that you are married and have different duties than before you were unmarried.
I understand perfectly what you're saying, Ashley. What I'm saying is that my marriage is between my husband and I, and you don't get to make demands of me.
I'm not talking about Sam at all, so you quit bringing up and trying to use him as a shield to hide behind, okay? I'm doing my duty as your mother-in-law to make sure that you are taking care of my son and doing your job as his wife. You think that Sam knows how to judge whether or not a wife is doing what she should be doing? Of course not. That's why it's my job as your mother-in-law to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Because it is obvious to me that neither you nor Sam have your expectations set correctly, and it is my job to make sure that you learn your duty as my son's wife. So quit telling me, bringing up my son, and tell me that the messes are his, or that he doesn't have any complaints. You don't get to badmouth your husband ever. Do you understand me?
So I suppose I should just keep my mouth shut, wait on Sam hand and foot, and let you tell me exactly how my marriage should be going?
You really have got some nerve talking to me like this, do you know that? I knew that you were going to be no good for my son, but I didn't know that you were going to be such a brat. And even now, you're just out on the town having fun and completely shirking your duties to your husband right now. You don't tell me that you're doing all you can when you're out partying right now.
And just who said anything about me being out partying, huh? You are making that up entirely in your head, Ashley. I am out working right now, if you must know. I told you that I'm busy, and I meant it.
You really think that you can just tell me that you're working and have that be enough for me to believe you and leave you alone? I'm not going to allow myself to be fooled by you at all. There is no way that you're working right now, and I'm not going to fall for your little lie.
I am not lying to you one bit, Ashley. If you don't want to believe me, then that is on you, but don't you dare call me a liar. I have a second job that I have to work at night for, and I have to work this in order to contribute to our family's expenses. That is why I am always too busy to do things like clean the house or do the laundry. I am just too busy with my jobs to be able to do the housekeeping on top of that.
There you again, making up all kinds of excuses just because you don't want to admit that you're a failure of a wife who needs guidance from her mother-in-law.
I already told you that I am not making excuses, Ashley. Why are you acting this way towards me? I just don't understand where you get off.
You know I didn't just show up to your unannounced. If you must know, it was Sam who called me over actually. He told me that his place was a complete mess and that he needed me to come over right away. He told me that he can't stand living like this anymore and wanted my help. Can you believe that your husband feels so alone and hopeless about his living situation that he turned to his mother and not you? Don't you think that tells you a lot about what you need to know? But then he asked me not to mention a word of any of this to you because he actually thinks that you're kind and caring, if you can believe it. He didn't want you to know a word about this, but I was not going to sit back and let you just slide by without realizing just what you're doing to your poor husband.
So that's what's really going on here then, is it? I really don't know why Sam just couldn't have been a little more patient with me. I already told him that I would clean the house as soon as I had a chance and that there was nothing to worry about at all.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all. You really expect me to believe that you were ever going to take care of this mess? If you were going to do it, then you would have done it already. That much is obvious to me. But now it's clear that you need to be taught about what being a good wife means. You are a lazy slacker who is taking advantage of your husband, and I'm not going to allow that any longer.
Are you even reading a word from the messages that I've been sending you? If you're not even going to listen to what I'm trying to tell you, then I think this conversation is over. I am going to have a little chat with Sam about all of this and let him know just how I feel about you coming into our house and criticizing me like this.
I really just can't believe that you're doing this again, Ria. When are you going to learn, huh? I mean, do you really think it's okay for you to be out this late when you're a married woman? Don't you realize the damage you're doing to your marriage by being this selfish? You're just a stain on my family as far as I'm concerned.
What is it now, Ashley? What could you possibly want? What is it that you're messaging me about now, huh? Because I am getting sick and tired of getting these kinds of messages from you.
I just mean that every single day this week you have been out all night doing who knows what, and you are completely ignoring the work that needs to be done at your house. You really are such an irresponsible girl, and you need someone to teach you a lesson. But I have been over with this every week, and I can't even say that I'm disappointed in you anymore.
Hold on a second. Have you really been coming over to our house every single day this week? Why are you doing that? What are you doing that you need to come over to our house so often? And if you're going to be doing that, I would really appreciate it if you'd message me beforehand about you coming over. Although if you really want to know, I have made sure that the house is much, much cleaner than it was a few days ago.
Actually, the reason that I've been coming over is try and see how you're doing. I just need to know whether or not you're still someone who deserves to be married to my son.
Excuse me? You can't be serious about that, right? Are you really saying you're coming over to try and inspect me or something?
I'm just doing what any good mother would and making sure that their son's wife is up to the level that she should be. Is that really so wrong?
Did you really just ask if that's wrong for you to judge your son's wife? Yes, of course that's wrong.
Well, that is what I was afraid that you would say. Although, just from the times I've come over and the conversations we've had, it's clear to me that you are, in fact, not good enough to be with my son. But you should also know that I've taken it upon myself to throw away all your belongings from here, so you shouldn't even bother coming back home here. Now that you spend any time in your own home anyways, you're always out doing who knows what. You really ought to be ashamed of yourself. I mean, do you think this is any way for a married woman to be acting? Don't you feel bad for your husband at all? I'm sure that there are a million other women out there who would be a much better match for Sam.
Hold on a second. Did you really just tell me that you threw away my stuff? Please tell me that you weren't serious about that. Did you really do that?
Of course I did it. You think that I would lie to you about that? Unlike you, I'm not all talk. I act too.
For the last time, I am telling you that I am not out partying or whatever it is that you think I spend my nights doing, Ashley. I am literally working my second job that I need to do in order to support the two of us. But you took my being out of the house tonight as a sign that you could just throw away all of my things? How could you do that to me? What is the matter with you?
What is the matter with me? I want to know what the matter with you is, that what you think you can go run around doing whatever you want at all hours of the night. I only did this because it was obvious that you weren't going to be changing your night-crawling ways anytime soon. I tried to warn you, but you just wouldn't listen to me. You gave me no other choice but to take matters in my own hands.
Have you been reading a single one of these messages that I've been sending you? Why is it like I'm trying to talk to a brick wall when it comes to you? I have told you over and over and over again that I am not going out at night to have fun or party or see friends or anything at all like that. I am out every single night because I am busy working. Don't you get that? I am working to support my husband and I, in fact.
I don't care how many times you repeat the same thing over and over and over to me, because I know that every time you do is nothing but lie. You're a liar, and you're making my husband work all around the clock so that you can do whatever you want. You just want to take advantage of Sam and have him pay for your crazy lifestyle. Admit it. Or don't. I don't care. It doesn't matter at all to me anymore. Know that I've thrown out all your stuff. You're not welcome back to that house anymore. Do you understand me? You are on your own from here on, Rhea.
Well, okay then. I guess you can go ahead and wish Sam good luck when he only earns about $300 a month.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? Why would you say that he only earns $300 a month? What on earth are you talking about?
You know what? I am not going to go along with this conversation anymore. I don't even know why I waste my time with you to begin with. In fact, I already am starting to feel as if a big weight is being lifted off of my shoulders now that you've kicked me out. It's like I'm finally free. I'll even do you one further and tell you that Sam and I are going to be getting a divorce now. Go ahead and let him know that we are through.
Now you hold on there for just a moment. You and I aren't through here until I saw that we're through. Now you rewind and tell me exactly what you meant when you said that he only makes $300 a month. That doesn't make any sense at all, and you will explain yourself right now.
You mean you're finally starting to listen to what I'm trying to tell you? Well, it's about time. Actually, I think it's a bit late if you really want to know. But if you want to know the truth about what's going on, you would be better off asking Sam yourself. Got it? All I've done is tell you the truth about what I've been doing, but you just refuse to listen to me. But the facts of the matter are that I haven't been the one going out and partying every night. That has actually been your son.
Hold on just a moment there. You must be getting the number wrong. There's no way that my son is making such little money. Surely you meant to say that he's earning $300 a month, right? Did you really think I was going to fall for that lie? How dare you keep trying to shift the blame for everything on my son? You have really got some nerve. Just what is even the point of doing that, huh? What do you think you have against him that you need to keep lying to me about you too?
You want to talk about trying to shift the blame onto people? You were the one who threw away all of my stuff to try and get me to end things with Sam, right? Well, guess what? You've won. Congrats! You're going to get your way, and Sam and I are going to get a divorce. You did it! I hope that you're happy, because I never ever want anything to do with you or him ever again as long as I live. Now, good luck supporting Sam when he makes so little on his own, and Whatever happens next, leave me out of it.
Ria, are you there? I was just hoping that you and I could chat about something really quickly. I tried calling you earlier, but you didn't pick up. Are you busy right now? I really do need to talk to you about this.
I am busy and I don't want to hear your voice even if I wasn't. If you have something that you want to say to me, you can type it out here, thank you very much.
Ria, come now. Why are you acting this way towards me? We're family, aren't we? You should know better than this.
Family? Us? That's very rich. But no, we're not family. Just hurry up and tell me what you want already.
Well, the thing is that I talked to Sam about you moving out and all, and the divorce.
I really hope that you told him the part where you threw away all of my things and basically left me with no other choice but to leave.
Well, the thing is that Sam and I were talking about all of this, right? And I mentioned to him about what you told me with his lack of money and all, and well, it's true.
I know that. I was the one who told you about that in the first place, and you just kept insisting that I was lying to you, remember? Is that what you came to talk to me about? Because I've already told you the whole truth, and I don't have anything else to say to you. I was honest with you through and through, and you just refused to listen to me.
I know, I didn't listen, but I didn't believe it. I was sure that there was some kind of mistake going on, but then Sam explained it all to me, and it was only then that I realized you were being honest with me.
Well, I'm glad that you've learned that I've been nothing but honest with you over this, but just how many times did you make me explain this to you? You didn't listen to me. You didn't believe me. You ignored all that I was trying to tell you. This is all your fault. So I really have no idea why we're even talking right now.
I thought that you were spending all your nights out of the house partying or something while Sam was working hard to fund your lifestyle. I was just trying to be a good mother and protect my son. Surely you can understand that, right?
I understand that I explained the truth to you over and over again, and you just never listened to me at all. But I don't see how any of this has anything to do with me at all now.
I know, but you can just stop all this and go back to the way things were, can't you?
What do you mean, go back to the way things were? You mean you want me to pretend like none of the past few days happened? You can't be serious about that, right?
I just mean that Sam is so upset with me right now. He's really, really mad. He keeps going on about how it's my fault that you want to leave him. Because he's telling me that he doesn't want to divorce you at all. He doesn't want any of this to be happening. So please, can we just pull all this silliness behind us and go back to the way things were? I realize now that I may have made a mistake here.
You really are one of the most selfish people I've ever met. You know that? I mean, you were the one who threw away my things, and now you want me to come back?
Oh, don't worry. I did my best to get back as much of your stuff as I could. Of course, I sold a lot of your clothes, so those are gone forever, I'm afraid. But I have a bunch of boxes in the house with your name on them. If I return your things to you, will you please not leave my son like this?
Oh, well, thank you so much for getting my stuff, but the answer is still no. We're going to get a divorce, and that is final.
Please, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I can't take off my son. I thought that was going to be your job from now on.
Ashley continued to blow up my phone, and I finally had to tell her that I was going to block her and that she would be hearing from my lawyer for what she did with my things. Even Sam began to reach out to me and beg me to come back, but even he gave in and signed the divorce papers finally. The next month, he wasn't able to afford rent in our old place and was forced to move out. He told his mom that since this was all her fault, that he would be moving in with her for the foreseeable future. As for me, after Ashley threw away my things, I moved to a new place and didn't tell either of them where my new address was. Although I have heard through the grapevine that Ashley and Sam are fighting every single night as Sam refuses to get a job and demands that his mom pays for everything. It seems like she's finally realized what a lazy leech her son is, but I'm afraid that it's far too late for her to do anything about that now. It's surprising that someone like you, who grew up in a single-parent household and didn't even finish high school, managed to marry my brother. Our family is nothing like yours. Don't you feel the difference? Doesn't it feel weird sometimes knowing that you come from such a different background? I mean, let's be real. It's almost like you won the lottery or something, right? Like, marrying into our family is such a huge upgrade for you. You must feel that deep down, right? I don't think about it like that at all, but why are you saying this all of a sudden? You've hardly ever spoken to me before, and now you're bringing up all this out of the blue? Did something happen to make you feel like this, or is there some reason you're saying this now? Well, actually, I guess you could say that there is something going on. The truth is, I'm getting married. Can you believe it? Aren't you shocked? Wait, what? You're getting married? That's amazing. Congratulations. But what does that have to do with what you were just saying about me and my background? I don't quite get how those two things are related. I mean, it's great news and I'm happy for you, but what's the connection? Well, here's the thing. Now that I'm getting married, there's a few things that I'll need your help with. That's actually why I reached out to you today. I thought it'd be a good idea to remind you of your place before I asked for any favors. Just so there's no confusion about where we stand in the situation. I'm still not really following. You're getting married and now there's something you need me to do? I mean, sure, if it's something I can do, I'm happy to help, but I'm really confused about why you're making it sound like this. I just want to understand what's going on here. Can you explain a bit more clearly? So let me give you the full picture. My fiancé is actually the son of a very wealthy and successful businessman, a company president to be exact. His family has invited me to their home for a formal introduction, and it's a really big deal. You know how important these things are, right? Anyway, that's where you come in. I'm going to need you to drive me to their house. You can do that, right? You want me to drive you to meet your future in-laws? I mean, okay, I can do that if it's important to you. But why can't you just drive yourself? It's your fiancé's family, after all, not mine. Surely you'd feel more comfortable driving yourself. Because I might be offered alcohol at the dinner, obviously, and if I'm drinking, then I can't drive home, can I? So I need someone else to handle that for me, and that's where you come in. It's not like you have anything better to do, right? Plus, I mean, come on, you're the one who married into this family despite being a high school dropout from a completely different background. You're not exactly in a position to refuse, are you? Ah, I see. So that's the reason. Well, all right, I guess I can drive you if that's what you need. I just wanted to understand what was going on. So after I drop you off, do you want me to wait outside while you're inside meeting with your future in-laws? Is that what you had in mind? Exactly, that's the plan. I don't want you trying to come inside or anything like that. It would be embarrassing for me if you did, I'm going to be marrying into a very high-status family, and let's face it, we both know that you don't fit into that world. I'm a highly educated, successful woman, and I am marrying into a family that reflects that. My life is going to be on a whole different level, far beyond anything you've ever experienced. So don't try to make yourself a part of that. Just drive me, wait outside, and stay in your place. Oh, and I should probably remind you not to get jealous of me. I know it must be hard, but at least try to keep your feelings in check. You didn't get the education or the career, so at least work on having a better attitude. That's the least you can do, right? Jealous of you? I don't really see why I would need to be. Honestly, I'm pretty content with my life just the way it is. I'm not looking to live anyone else's life, and I certainly don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But I'm glad you're happy with your plans. Right, sure. That's exactly what someone who's jealous would say, but it doesn't really matter. You can say whatever you want, but we both know what's really going on. You're just trying to cover up how you really feel, but you're not fooling anyone. It's fine, though. I don't expect you to admit it. Okay. Well, I've said my piece. I understand what you're asking, and I'll help you out with the driving. Just let me know the details of the day and time when you've got everything confirmed. I'll have to arrange my own schedule around it since I have work to consider as well. But I'll make it work if you need me there. Just keep me posted. Well, as long as you know what your role is, that's all I needed to hear. I'll send you the details once everything is confirmed. Looks like they're leaving. Can you come back now? Where are you? Got it. I was just working at a cafe. What's up? That was fast. Well, a funny thing, the moment I brought you up in the conversation, they started wrapping things up pretty quickly. But hey, I managed to get a good laugh out of them, so that's a win. Wait, what do you mean? What exactly did you say? Oh, I just introduced you to my fiancé as the family slave. You know, I told him about how our family had this poor girl from a single-parent, low-income background who somehow managed to marry into our family. You should have seen their reaction. They thought it was hilarious. What? Wait, are you serious? Sorry, I can't stop laughing. That's wow. Unbelievable. Excuse me? Why are you laughing? Have you completely lost your mind, or are you one of those people who gets a kick out of self-deprecating humor? No, it's not that. It's just that you really said that? You really went ahead and told them I'm the family slave? Oh, wow, you might have just shot yourself in the foot with that one. Yikes, I think you're in trouble now. What are you even talking about? Why would that be a problem? I mean, come on, I'm just stating the facts here. You really are a high school dropout from a single-parent household who ended up marrying my brother. That's a huge step up for you. These people are rich. They even have housekeepers. I'm sure they found it funny because it's just true. Well, yeah, I think they were laughing more at you than with you. You just gave them a lot to think about, and not in a good way. What are you talking about? There's no way that's true. I told you they were laughing with me. They weren't offended at all. Oh, sweetie, I am so glad they're the kind of people who can take a joke. But, you might want to reconsider your future marriage plans. It might not be happening after what you just said. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You are really starting to get on my nerves here. Well, you know how you arrived a little early for the meeting? You know how your fiancé and his father were running a bit late? Yeah, what about it? So, funny thing, after I dropped you off, I went to that cafe nearby to get some work done. And guess who happened to walk in? Your fiancé and his father. Turns out it's one of their regular spots. Small world, huh? Wait, what? What are you talking about? How did you even know it was them? And why were they there? Oh, well, that's simple. I've known them for a while. Your fiancé's father, he's a client of mine. Wait, what? Yeah, I designed for his company. I mean, you wouldn't know that because, well, we don't really talk about work much, do we? But yeah, I'm kind of a big deal in their circles. Been working with them for a few years now. You're kidding me. You know them? You've been working with them? That's right. I've done so much work for them that they even told me they couldn't do without me. We've built up quite the professional relationship. In fact, during our little chat, your future father-in-law mentioned that they were on their way to meet you, his son's fiancé. I couldn't help but mention that I had just dropped you off as your soon-to-be sister-in-law. It got a little awkward after that. Oh my God, you didn't! Yep, they realized you were talking about me, the person their company relies on. So we both kind of figured we'd keep it quiet for now. I thought it'd be better for you to tell them yourself when you were ready. After all, it's a bit delicate, don't you think? Oh no. Oh, no. You're telling me that I just made fun of you, the one person my fiancé's family depends on for business, and they knew the whole time, and I said all that stuff? Pretty much. You've really outdone yourself this time. Congratulations, you've made quite the impression. Oh my God, what did I do? I'm standing outside their house right now ringing the doorbell, but no one's answering. What if I ruined everything? Well, they might be avoiding you. I'm getting texts from them right now, actually. Your fiancé's dad just asked me if you've always been this difficult. No. Stop. Don't respond to that. Please, you've got to help me fix this. They're probably just busy, right? Maybe they're in the shower or something. Oh, sure, both the father and the son are probably taking a long bath together. Or, maybe they're having a little chat about how their impression of you is completely changed after tonight. But hey, whatever helps you sleep at night. No way, they wouldn't just ignore me like this, right? I mean, he loves me. He's probably just busy. He's probably trying to figure out what to say after I embarrassed myself. That's it, right? I mean, you can tell yourself whatever you want, but the fact that I'm still getting messages from them and you're not, well, that says something, doesn't it? This can't be happening. You really should have kept your mouth shut. I mean, you're always going on about how you're so educated and how you've got such a great future ahead of you. But it seems like all that self-proclaimed intelligence just goes out the window when you're trying to show off. Now look where it's gotten you. I didn't mean it like that. I was just trying to impress them. Well, mission accomplished. You've definitely left an impression. Unfortunately for you, it wasn't the one you wanted. Maybe next time you'll think before you speak. Oh, no. I can't believe this is happening. I just got a message from him. He says he's having second thoughts about the wedding. He wants to meet and talk, but he says that after today, he's not sure if he can see a future with me anymore. Ouch, that's rough. Well, you did bring this on yourself, You thought you were being clever, but all you did was dig yourself into a hole. I'd suggest taking this as a learning experience. This is a nightmare. I quit my job because I thought we were getting married soon. I have nothing left. You have to help me fix this. You owe me that much. Owe you? Oh, no, sweetheart. I don't owe you anything. I did my job today. I gave you a ride like you asked, didn't I? Everything that happened after that, that's on you. You're the one who decided to start bad-mouthing me to your fiancé's family, not me. You're going to have to live with the consequences of your actions. But you have to help me, please. Just tell them it was a joke. You know how I am, right? I didn't mean any of it. It was just my twisted sense of humor. Please just tell them that we're really close and that I always joke around like that. Oh, I don't think so. Why would I stick my neck out for you, especially after you've been so nasty to me? You've shown me exactly what you think of me. I'm not going to lie for you. Besides, you're the one who needs to take responsibility for what you said. You're an adult, remember? You should know by now that words have consequences. No, please! You can't just leave me like this! I don't know what to do! Sorry, but this is your mess to clean up. Maybe next time you'll think twice before you try to tear someone down just to make yourself feel better. Good luck explaining all of this to your fiancé. You're going to need it.
Carson, I sincerely apologize for what happened earlier. Haley caused you so much trouble, and as her father, I must apologize once again. I never imagined she would go so far as to physically attack you.
Harold, thank you for reaching out. You've already apologized profusely, and this really has nothing to do with you. Please, don't worry about it anymore.
But still, Haley, it's just baseless resentment on her part, nothing more. I can't believe how far she's gone, especially on social media. She's caused you even more problems there.
Ah, yes, about that. You don't need to worry. I have some strong connections when it comes to these things, and they've helped me out. Everything's been dealt with, but I'm afraid we might end up in court, fighting your daughter there, so I do apologize in advance for that.
I'm truly sorry. I know this can't be solved with words alone, and I believe Haley must face the punishment she deserves for her actions. Whatever you decide to do, I won't interfere. In fact, I would be grateful if this becomes an opportunity for her to truly reflect on her behavior and change it for the better.
Hearing that gives me a sense of relief. I didn't think it would come to this, but if you feel that way, then I won't hold back. Haley needs to face the consequences, and I'll be strict about it.
We, as her family and relatives, have had enough. We've been reflecting on the fact that we've been too lenient with her all this time, and this is the result. From now on, even if she comes crying to us begging for help, we won't offer her any. She's made her choices, and she needs to take responsibility for them.
Sounds like she's been causing trouble for quite a while, hasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. When she was sued for hitting her ex-fiancé, we paid the settlement on her behalf and got the case resolved. Then there was the time she bullied one of her classmates so badly, breaking their things and leaving them emotionally scarred. We had to step in and apologize to the furious parents. And now this. I believe her entire life has been one where someone was always cleaning up after her messes. That's how she's turned into someone with such a twisted sense of entitlement.
It sounds like she really needs to do some soul searching after everything that's happened. It's about time she takes a long, hard look at herself. I understand now. I'll be moving forward with the appropriate legal actions against Haley, and I won't be showing her any mercy. Please prepare yourself for that.
Thank you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Haley needs to face the full consequences of what she's done. This time there won't be anyone to rescue her from her own mistakes. We've protected her long enough, and it's time she learns a harsh lesson. I know this will be difficult, but it's the only way for her to truly understand the weight of her actions.
I appreciate your understanding. Honestly, if she doesn't learn from this, she never will. You and the rest of the family did everything you could for her, but it's time she grows up and takes responsibility. She's no longer a child. I'm not going to hold back when it comes to ensuring that justice is served, even if it means taking her to court.
You're absolutely right. I've come to accept that if she's ever going to change, it'll only happen if she's made to face the consequences head on. And we're all done bailing her out. She's brought this upon herself. We can no longer protect her from the repercussions of her own behavior. So, whatever you need to do, we fully support it. I won't interfere in any way.
That means a lot to me, thank you. It's unfortunate that things turned out this way, but it's the reality of the situation. Haley needs to understand that there are limits, and she's crossed them. I hope that this will be the turning point for her, even though it's going to be painful. But sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. How are you doing? I mean, the last time we saw each other, you were trying to tackle me and ended up falling into the river yourself, rolling around and getting swept away. That must have been quite the spectacle. I heard you just escaped with a fracture, though. Lucky you. It's always better than something more severe, right? But seriously, why did you even dodge me? And how on earth did you realize I was there in the first place? Well, it wasn't anything special. I wasn't listening to any music or anything, so all my senses were working normally. It's almost like I could feel your murderous intent or something like that. It's strange, isn't it? Are you seriously mocking me right now? Maybe just a little bit. I mean, come on. That whole situation was totally ridiculous. You actually tried to tackle me and shove me into the river. Can you believe it? You know what? I absolutely won't forgive you for that. I'm going to sue you. You have no idea how serious I am about this. Well, you know there were other witnesses around, right? It's clear that you completely attacked me and ended up self-destructing in the process. Quite a few people have already testified on my behalf, so really, there is nothing you can do about it. If you were trying to intimidate me with threats, I'm afraid it's just too late for that. You've lost. You're only saying that because you told my fiancé all sorts of bad things about me, didn't you? Are you enjoying the fact that my engagement has been broken? Honestly, I don't have any feelings about that one way or the other. I'm just telling the truth about what I was asked when people inquired about our situation. If you had been kind and nice to me from the start, I would have definitely conveyed that to everyone as well. So, from now on, I'll treat you kindly. Look, the emotional scars I've endured won't just heal completely with a few nice words. You ridiculed me for being a high school dropout from a single-parent household, and that cut deep. Sure, I may be a dropout from a single-parent family, but I received a lot of love from my parent during that time. Despite my background, I worked hard to establish my current status, and I did it on my own terms. I never wanted to live my life relying on men, quitting my job with the assumption that I would get married, only to end up frustrated and resentful if things didn't work out. Shut up! I've already been through enough suffering. Don't lecture me anymore about how I should live my life. And you, calling yourself a designer, aren't that impressive at all, in my opinion. It seems like you have a ton of haters on social media, right? If you keep getting so full of yourself, won't those numbers just increase even more? Oh, about that, all the haters you mentioned, that's all you, isn't it? You're the source of all that negativity. What are you talking about? I was recently thinking that the number of nasty haters has increased out of nowhere. Seemed suspicious, and then I found out that it's all from the same person. I was right to be suspicious because it often turns out that way in cases like this. What? Don't spout nonsense. There's no way I could know something like that. Oh, you totally can. I looked up the IP addresses, and it was easier to find out than I thought. If I hadn't been able to figure it out, I would have had to take other measures, but thankfully, you hadn't put any precautions in place. You really didn't think this through, did you? What? What is that? Stop making things up. It can't possibly be true. I'm not making it up. I have professionals on my side who handle these matters. And sorry, but I have a wide circle of acquaintances. I even know lawyers personally. So I'm going to sue you for defamation, and you can't stop me. Huh? What are you talking about? We're family, aren't we? That may have been the case, but once you commit a crime, that changes everything. You should realize that it was a mistake to turn me into your enemy. If you go through with that, my family won't just sit back and watch. I've already received permission for this. Honestly, I've been instructed to tear you apart because of this, and you won't like the consequences. Wait, what? You can't be serious. No one would say such a thing. Haven't you noticed? You haven't heard back from your family lately, have you? Your family changed the locks on the house, so you can't get in anymore. They've made it so that you have no place to go and no one to rely on. If you want to live in self-deception, that's fine, but if you plan to use people as stepping stones for your own benefit, then you better take responsibility for your actions. That's not fair. I get it. I may have gone too far. I'm really mentally shattered right now after my engagement was called off. Oh well, that's not my concern. I'm not so nice that I'm going to take care of your mental health issues. Society isn't soft enough to cater to the whims of the incompetent. You need to experience hell at least once to understand your position, you fool. I'm not here to coddle you or provide comfort. You think that just because you have a few people on your side, you can come at me with these threats? It's all just empty noise. You're still the same person who tried to push me into the river and make a fool of yourself. Don't forget that. I'm not someone that can be intimidated easily. You are all bark and no bite. If you had any real strength, you wouldn't have needed to resort to such cowardly tactics. Instead of blaming me for your misfortune, you should take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize who you really are. You've made choices that have led you down this path. You want to talk about choices? Look at your own. You've chosen to surround yourself with negativity and hostility. It's no wonder people have turned against you. You can't expect to treat others poorly and then cry victim when they retaliate. Life doesn't work that way. I may have made mistakes, but I am ready to face the consequences. I won't hide behind lies or deception like you. I have learned from my past, and I'm moving forward. If you think you can drag me down with you, think again. Haley was frantically trying to reach out to her relatives, desperate to apologize for her recent behavior. However, the relatives had already been informed of all the events that had transpired by me. They were not just disappointed, they were utterly exasperated with her actions. In a rather cold and final manner, they communicated to her that they would be cutting ties with her completely. This news must have struck her like a thunderbolt, leaving her feeling utterly alone. Now, in addition to losing her engagement, Haley found herself in a precarious situation without a job. To make matters worse, she had suffered a fracture, adding a physical pain to her emotional turmoil. The recent events must have taken a severe toll on her mental health, and now she was also facing the impending legal consequences for the defamation she had committed against me. As a result, Haley's mental state has reportedly become incredibly fragile, to the point of being in tatters. Despite this, I have decided to show no mercy towards her. In light of all that's happened, I genuinely hope that this situation serves as a crucial turning point for her. It could be the catalyst that compels her to engage in some serious self-reflection about her actions and the harm she's inflicted on others. If she can truly confront the reality of her behavior, there is a possibility for her to embark on a path of rehabilitation and personal growth. It's essential for Haley to come to terms with the implications of her actions. Life has a way of presenting us with unforeseen challenges. While the temptation to blame others or lash out might be strong, it's crucial for individuals to take responsibility for their choices. In Haley's case, she seems to have lost sight of this fundamental truth. The tangled web of deceit and malice she spun not only led to her current dismal situation, but also damaged her relationships with the people who once cared about her. Now, with her family distancing themselves and her future hanging in the balance, perhaps she'll finally begin to see the repercussions of her choices. The journey towards recovery and self-improvement is often long and filled with hurdles. However, if Haley is willing to face her past mistakes head-on and strive to make amends, there is a chance for her to rebuild her life. This process won't be simple or quick, but genuine change is possible with dedication and effort. This unfortunate experience could be the wake-up call that propels her toward transformation. Instead of sinking deeper into self-pity or engaging in more destructive behavior, she has an invaluable opportunity to learn from her past mistakes. Coming to terms with the pain she's caused and seeking forgiveness is a critical step in this journey. As she grapples with the legal repercussions of her actions, I hope she takes a moment to reflect on the choices that led her here. Defamation is not a trivial matter. It carries serious consequences, and its impacts can extend far beyond what she might have anticipated. It's about more than just facing legal action. It's about understanding the weight of her words and the profound impact they've had on others. I strongly encourage Haley to reach out to those she's hurt, not merely to offer apologies, but to genuinely understand their perspectives and feelings. Cultivating empathy is an essential component of healing, and it's something that she desperately needs to develop. Without empathy, she may find it challenging to connect with others and to build relationships in the future. Additionally, I hope she manages to find a support system that will encourage her growth and transformation. Isolation can lead to despair, and while her relatives may have severed ties, there are still others in her life who might be willing to help her if she demonstrates a sincere desire to change. Seeking guidance from those who care about her can be an invaluable part of her healing journey. It's vital for Haley to realize that her past mistakes do not define her identity. She has the potential to create a brighter future for herself if she's willing to acknowledge her faults, make amends, and commit to a path of self-improvement. The journey to personal redemption is often filled with challenges, but it can also lead to a profound growth and fulfillment. Ultimately, the choice is hers to make. She can either choose to continue down this path of self-destruction or take proactive steps toward turning her life around. The task ahead of her may seem daunting, but it's important to remember that every journey begins with a single step forward. I sincerely hope that Haley opts for the latter path. The journey towards redemption is rarely easy, yet it is invariably rewarding. The ability to forgive oneself and move forward is a testament to an individual's strength and resilience. If Haley can embrace this journey, she may discover that life has so much more to offer than the bitterness and resentment she's been clinging to. A world filled with opportunities awaits her, but she must first be willing to confront her past and take the necessary steps to make amends. As she navigates this challenging period, I will be watching from a distance, quietly hoping for the best for her. It's high time for her to take control of her life, confront the consequences of her actions, and strive for a better future. This is her moment to rewrite her story and transform herself into the person she was always meant to be.
I heard that you and your husband both work jobs, right, Tina?
Good evening, Lori. We do both work at the same time, but what does that have to do with you?
I feel so sorry for you guys. That must mean that one or both of you doesn't bring in enough income for your family, right?
What are you talking about right now?
I'm not wrong, am I? If your husband was able to work a job that allowed him to support both you and him, he wouldn't be asking for you to work as well, right? So if he's not able to bring in that kind of money, does this mean that your husband is at the lowest position in the company he works for?
I should have known that you'd start to be rude to me again today. I'm sorry, Lori, but this time your hopes of my husband being garbage or something like that won't be coming true. My husband is neither working in the lowest position within the company, nor is he making a salary that can't support the both of us.
Is that what you think then, Tina? Because I'm not sure you're 100% aware of everything going on with him.
I think I am aware, considering I'm his wife. But one thing that I'm not aware of is just how much he's making.
What? In other words, your husband is not willing to tell you the amount he's making? Are you sure that he's not trying to hide something very important from you there? I don't have a good feeling about any of that. The way he's hiding the amount he makes from you, it tells me that he's not making enough money right now.
Well, he and I have a way of living our lives that's probably different from yours, so please don't feel obligated to say anything else about it. And know that he's not trying to hide anything from me. And another thing, the reason I'm working a job is because I like the company I work for and want to continue being a part of them. And if something were to happen in our lives that needed one of us to stop working, I feel we'd both continue to be financially safe.
What are you going on about? I know that it must be so difficult for you two to live as moneyless lowlives.
Can you please stop acting as though he and I are without money right now?
So you guys aren't going to be having a wedding because of your tight pockets right now?
What? We still plan to have our wedding. You should have already gotten the invitation in the mail about our wedding coming up soon, right?
Oh, that was meant to be a serious invitation? I thought that you and your husband were just trying to play around with us.
What do you mean by that, Lori?
Well, the fact that you're both moneyless, yet are planning to have a wedding at the wedding hall as gorgeous as that is just a dead giveaway that you're joking about the wedding. Do you think you'll have the money to afford a place like that?
That invitation was not sent out to everyone as some sort of prank. And as for getting a reservation at a place like that for the wedding, we happened to get some help from one of my husband's friends from his work. He was able to get us a spot at a place as beautiful as that, so both my husband and I are really looking forward to our special day.
Well, it would be just wonderful if you guys could end up actually giving that wedding. It would be just fantastic to see two moneyless losers become happy at a wedding like that.
Could you please start lightening up on the amount of insults you throw at us? Now, thank you for texting me today. I have work to get back to, so I'll be going.
Are you actually planning on having this wedding?
What? Now even you're going to start talking to me about my wedding?
Well, if you're hoping to get any money or gifts from us, then you should stop all of that. Hearing about some moneyless lowlives like you guys throwing a wedding is crazy. Not even I am able to imagine what one would have to do to borrow enough money for a place like that.
Hold on, Wyatt. Why are you saying rude things like that now? This to me looks like a textbook case of your wife brainwashing you, but she really did a number on you making you talk that way about me and my husband. I do remember you and Lori never coming to meet my husband before we were married, but still.
Well, from what I can see, whatever money you do have left is going to be wasted on that wedding if you go through with it. Well,
why are you saying that? Even my husband said that he really wants to talk with you.
I don't have the time or want to talk with someone like him about anything. I already know for a fact that man of yours is good for nothing, just based off the fact that he's making you work a job as well instead of being his housewife. I feel as though your marriage isn't going to make it very far, so there's no point in me wasting time getting to know him. When a man has little money, their chances of being divorced go way up. So I'm betting that'll be coming really soon for him.
You're being a jerk right now, Wyatt. It's fine with you giving small jabs at us here and there because you're my brother, but recently you've really been taking it too far. Ever since you ended up marrying that Lori chick, you've changed for the worst. For now, can you at least try and hide that ugly face of yours until after we have our wedding? Because if you come to the wedding acting like that, you'll regret it more than you'll find it acceptable.
Today's the day of your wedding, right, Tina? But unfortunately for you, my husband and I do not have the time to be coming to a wedding for two measly lowlifes right now.
What?
I know it's only a few minutes before the start of your wedding, but we're canceling.
What are you going on about now, Lori?
I'm talking about how my husband and I will both be taking the day off from your wedding. We feel that being there to give you guys money or a gift would be a huge waste of our own time and money.
What? So you want to tell me that right now of all times? I know that you're having a great time telling me that right before the start of my special day, but you're going to regret not showing up today.
Well, both Wyatt and I do not want to attend the wedding of a couple of losers. I know it's only a few minutes out, but he and I are canceling.
Then you're no longer allowed inside the wedding hall anymore.
I was never planning on coming.
And when I say you're no longer allowed in, I mean that very personally. Even if you do come out here and try getting in through the doors, we'll have them locked. Just as you've said yourself, there is no need for a couple like you to be here at a loser's wedding to give them any gifts or money. So don't worry about the late notice. Goodbye.
What the heck, Tina? Is your wedding already started now?
What is it that you want from me now? The wedding is already starting, so please don't waste any more of my time.
Right now, both Wyatt and I are coming out there. We'll be at the wedding hall in a little bit here.
Even if the two of you are crying your hearts out to be let into the wedding hall today, I'll make sure that you're both kept outside.
Huh? Why would you do that?
It hasn't even been an hour yet since I told you that I'd never be letting you into the wedding hall, and you've already forgotten that? You told me you were fine with that, and that's why you're not going to be let in now. So please, stay the hell away from here.
That's not what any of this is about right now. Things have changed for the both of us. Wyatt just received a call a little bit ago from his boss.
Oh, well, I was thinking about how something like that would probably happen soon. My husband is the CEO of a very well-regarded company, and a lot of other companies' leaders are at the wedding right now. And my brother's company is a partner to my husband's, and so a lot of his company's higher-ups are here right now attending the wedding.
Why did you never tell either one of us something as important as that before? Normally anyone would say something like that to everyone around them. And right now, information like that is the most important thing for my husband and I to know about.
Why is it that important for you two to know?
Because those leaders, his bosses, are the ones that will be promoting him soon to a much better position. And all of them being at the wedding today means he'll have the perfect chance to sit down with them all and talk more about personal things, right?
Well, from what I've heard, this was supposed to be the perfect occasion for both my brother and my husband to talk over different things regarding their partnership, right?
What?
Well, that's just too bad now. We've already told everyone that you both looked down on us, thinking we were without any money, so those talks won't be happening.
You're telling me that the CEO of the company that my husband's been working with wanted to talk with him today? That means today is the only chance for Wyatt. You let us into that wedding hall right now.
But I already told you it's too late now.
Why is it too late?
You must really not be aware of the problems you've created for yourself with the way you've treated my husband and I, huh? The CEO of the company that Wyatt's been working with this whole time is the same man you both continued to call a lowlife and moneyless for making me work a job as well while married. But at the time, I had no clue about that. That would have been the perfect time for you to tell me that he's the CEO of that company and that you both really do have money. All you have to say to me was that your husband is a CEO, and that would have ended everything I was saying. Then we never have to be asking you to let us into the wedding, and Wyatt could be discussing the next deal with your husband. You were the ones that called him a moneyless lowlife because I never wanted to be a housewife. There was never going to be a stop to what you were saying about us had I told you he's a CEO. Well, at this point, it's all impossible to change. So sorry that you lost the one and only chance to have your husband look good in front of all his superiors. Anyway, I have a wedding to get going with, so I'll talk to you another time.
Wait, Tina! Even Wyatt is telling me that he had no clue that your husband is the CEO of that company. We had both never known about what your husband did for a living, and so there was no reason for us to act any other way than we had.
I'm not sure what you mean by all of that, but what was your goal in talking to me the way you had been and treating my husband like he was nothing? I have no plans of letting you two into the wedding now. After all, you guys were the ones to cancel on us, right?
And we had canceled before learning about what all was going to happen at the wedding today.
All of that has nothing to do with the way you treated us. I have no need for family that is going to treat my husband and I like we're nothing more than bags of trash. I think I'm going to use this event as a way to finally cut ties with both you and Wyatt.
I understand just how angry you are with us right now and why that is. But can you at least let my husband into the wedding hall? He's your own brother, Tina. Give him the chance to get his well-deserved promotion.
I will not.
What? Why not? Do you not feel bad for what you're doing to your brother right now?
And I'd like to ask the same thing of him after the way he treated my husband and I.
What?
I want to know if he feels bad for calling his sister's husband a lowlife, and if he feels anything at all for canceling on our wedding. Honestly, he isn't even family to me anymore after what he pulled today. Did he really think it was a good idea to wait until the last moment to tell me that he was going to stay away from my wedding and call me moneyless?
Well, I was the one that told you that, not him.
Well, before this, I had invited the both of you out to see my husband and get to know him before we married. My husband had really wanted to meet the both of you back then. I think he knew that my brother was working with his company as partners, and he wanted to get him into a position with more responsibilities, but also more pay. But my brother gave the excuse that coming out to see my husband would be a waste of his time and money and never came. That's what my brother chose, not you.
But had you told him that your husband is the CEO, then everything would be different now, right? All you needed to say was that your husband is the CEO.
I didn't want my brother coming out to see my husband because of his chance of a promotion, though. I wanted him coming out to meet my husband because he's my family, and that would be the right thing to do. I knew that Wyatt would have to give up some of his time to come out and see us, but had he come, we would have told him then about how my husband's the CEO of the company he works with. But Wyatt chose to never come out and see his family, so that's that. This is all on him now, and he's responsible for not being allowed into my wedding anymore. No matter how much you both try to get yourselves let into my wedding, no matter how much your husband's promotion rides on it, you're not allowed in.
You're going to act like this just because he never came out to see your husband before you married him?
It's not just because of that, Lori. Before Wyatt was married to you, he was never that serious about his time and money. But now that you're his wife, he's changed into someone that's stingy and very judgmental of others based off of their income. He is always complaining about things, and it makes me miss my brother when he was single. Don't tell me that you only see my brother as your wallet, and that's why he's become so worried about money.
That is not the problem at hand right now. Can't you see that the both of us have rushed all the way out here now because we see how serious the situation is now? Would you please let us in there so that we can be a part of the wedding?
I'm telling you that you're both being pains in my butt. I'm no longer in the state of mind where I want to support the two of you any longer. So I'm not going to be letting either one of you into my wedding hall.
What? You have to be lying, right? We are already waiting outside the main entrance to the wedding hall. There's a security guard standing at the door, and no matter how many times we tell him that Wyatt is your brother, he won't budge.
Yeah, that's because I told him that's fine. The security guard is not to let either of you in. I don't think he'll be letting you anywhere near that door today. Now, I am in the middle of my wedding, so good day to you both. And, you can start thinking of me as a complete stranger now, so goodbye forever.
Why did you not let either one of us into your wedding? Right now, Wyatt is pissed at me for everything and saying that I'm the only one to blame. He says that I began to talk way too much and ended up getting ourselves locked out.
Well, there is that. But you could just explain to him that this also falls on his shoulders for tagging along with you and making fun of my husband and I and canceling on the wedding. Tell him that he's to blame just as much as you are because he allowed himself to be brainwashed by you. Well, either way, we're pretty much at that point now where I can say I'm cutting ties with the both of you.
What? What are you talking about, Tina? I'm in a huge fight now with Wyatt because of what you did to us. You left us outside the wedding hall all day, so can you at least help me get out of this now?
Huh? What makes you think you can ask me for help after all you've done?
It's because of you and that wedding that my husband and I's relationship is going to fall apart. You're the only one that's able to fix things between us now after all of that. And I bet if you have your husband come as well and talk business with Wyatt, that Wyatt will begin to calm down more and start being nice to me again. Do you think you can do that for the both of us?
I'm so glad that you still haven't learned anything from this and are coming to me asking for help. Makes me feel like I am better than you now.
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Just know that both my husband and I are finished with you both.
No, what? Are you actually being serious about cutting ties with us both?
Well, right now all I can see is a brother who doesn't even care enough about his little sister to come to her wedding and is viewed by all his superiors as an absolute screw-up. And my husband has already cut ties with you two, so there's really no need for me to talk with either of you anymore. Make sure to tell Wyatt that my husband is no longer willing to put in a good word for him either, so consider that promotion gone.
What the hell, Tina? Are you really planning to let your own brother and I just crash like this? Do you and your husband not feel that you've gone way too far now?
Wyatt has nothing to do with us anymore. He's just a stranger now. The weight that comes with making fun of my husband is very heavy. And we're going to make sure that after today, we never have to hear from or see either of you two again. And if your husband is to lose his position working with my husband's company for good, then you'll never have anything to do with us.
Lose his position? Do you really think that Wyatt will be demoted over something like this? I never thought that the talks he was supposed to have at that wedding were so important.
I'm sure that when his pay is cut with the demotion, you living as his housewife will no longer work anymore. And from that point on, you'll no longer think about calling other couples that work jobs at the same time lowlifes ever again, right? Poor things, you two. Now, enjoy whatever dwindling days you have left as a housewife, okay? You did a great job this time, and I hope you enjoy the life of being moneyless and depressed. And just as Tina had been explaining to Lori, her husband gave Wyatt's bosses a bad word about him, and he lost his position making deals with Tina's husband's company. Following that, he was then demoted to working the front desk of the office building and would be given a major pay cut with that. Because of that, he was no longer bringing in enough money for himself and Lori, which led to her then having to find a job as well. This then led to their relationship becoming increasingly strained as they spent day after day fighting one another. I'm sure that soon those two will begin to consider getting a divorce, but if that is to happen, Wyatt will be left with no wife, no sister, and a rather sad job. And as for Lori, well, I'm not really sure if she'll be left with much either, but that's totally okay.
Hey! Just who do you think you are, cutting in front of me like that, huh? You've really got some nerve, do you know that? I mean, who even are you anyways? The cleaning staff or something? Why the heck is some old hag like you even here in the first place, huh?
I'm sorry, but what is this all about? I don't even have your number saved in my phone. In fact, the one who should be asking questions around here is me. For instance, why in the world did you throw that plate right at my head?
I'm just glad that my aim was dead on. I was almost scared that it would go flying past you and hit someone else. But you can really only blame yourself for getting hit with that plate. I mean, I didn't have any other means of getting rid of you. And you still haven't answered my question about just what you think that you were doing here in the first place anyways. So why don't you go ahead and answer me first instead? I mean, seriously? You were holding a mop. Are you even invited to this thing? Are you part of the cleaning staff here? Or did you just try and break into this wedding and thought the mop would make a good disguise?
I will have you know that I am invited to this event and I am supposed to be here. I've done nothing wrong at all. So what I want to know is why you threw a plate at my head just because I walked past you. That was completely uncalled for.
Maybe next time you should watch where you were walking, and especially who you're walking around. You really had some nerve just walking in front of me as if I was a nobody. Don't you know who I am? I really wish that sometimes we all had to wear badges that showed how important we were, so that then losers like you would be forced to reckon with how useless you are compared to winners like me.
What in the world are you talking about? I'm serious. Is there something wrong with you? Should I call someone to come here and take care of you or something like that?
Oh, well, I am just so happy that you're thinking of my well-being. But I don't need anyone's help for anything. Thank you very much. But if anyone around here needs their head checked, then it is you for thinking that you could just walk in front of me and cross my path like that. Next time, remember your place and don't ever get in my way again. Do you understand me? I won't be asking twice, and the punishment for next time will be 2 times what I gave you.
You're just a guest at this wedding too, right? Judging by where you're seated, I'm going to guess that the groom is just your boss from work, right? So why in the world are you acting so uppity and self-important at a wedding that isn't even yours to begin with?
And just who do you think you are to be talking to me like that, huh? Haven't you realized that I'm the better person than you in all of this? Don't you realize you're fighting a losing battle? After all, you were holding a mop. I don't care if you were invited. You were clearly just brought over to clean up once everyone is done. Maybe next time I'll throw some wet rags at you so you can clean even better.
Honestly, what is the matter with you? So what if I was just a member of the cleaning staff here at the wedding venue? You still shouldn't treat people like this. But I think you've given me more than enough information to know exactly what kind of person you are.
And now you're trying to tell me that you're not just another member of the cleaning staff? I suppose it really doesn't matter what your job is here. Everyone here from the office is beneath my position anyways. But I guess that's what separates me from all the other rubes. I'm the only one here who realizes that in this world, it's eat or be eaten. Clearly everyone else is too busy being eaten to smarten up and live like me.
Right, yeah. You are exactly the kind of person that I think you are. And that is not a good thing, let me tell you that much.
Whatever. You just watch yourself next time. Or else. Got it? Because you're already on thin ice being such a poor loser and showing up to a wedding like this. Anyways, I made quite the mess when I threw that plate at your head earlier while you were walking in front of me. So why don't you find a broom and clean it up? Huh?
You know that you're not going to get away with this, right? I'll make sure of that.
Oh, yeah? And just what are you going to do about it, huh?
Hey, Tina! Are you okay? Where'd you run off to?
I'm sorry, I'm in the changing room right now. I just needed to set myself straight after all that happened. And I think I also just need to sit down and catch my breath before I change my clothes.
Are you sure you're okay, though? I mean, I heard the sound of a plate breaking and people screaming, and I was really, really worried.
I really am okay. Thanks for asking, though. That was just all the doing of Rosalind. Can you believe that she threw a plate at me?
So that's what happened. But wait, why in the world would Rosalind do that to you? What was she trying to accomplish?
I think she was trying to hit me with a plate. And I think that she did accomplish it. I guess she thought that I was a member of the cleaning staff for her company or something like that. I didn't realize that I was crossing her path, though, and that's why she got upset and did what she did to me. But I'm just glad she didn't hit me somewhere where it could have been really dangerous.
Yeah, that's good at least. But still, I can't believe that she would do that to you. That's totally crazy! And I just feel so bad that I couldn't do anything to stop her at all.
Well, I think we should just be grateful that nobody else got hurt in that little stunt of hers. Maybe some people's suits and dresses got hit with food, but that's still better than suffering any kind of injury. And you really shouldn't be blaming yourself for any of this, you know? I mean, I also feel guilty for knowing that a girl like that works for the company.
I know. But now that I know what caused all the commotion, I think that she and I will have to have a little talk. I mean, I was really excited when we hired her on, but I had no idea that she was such a loose cannon. Here I thought we were really being able to count on her.
Well, I guess sometimes these kinds of people make it through the interview process, don't they? But anyways, she still seems to think that I'm just a member of the cleaning staff. She keeps ordering me to clean up messes around the venue.
What's the matter with her? Doesn't she realize that she's acting like a child in front of all her colleagues who are also at this wedding right now?
I just don't even know if she realizes that what she's doing is bad. I mean, I don't think she even has that level of self-awareness. But all that she is doing right now is just sabotaging herself in front of half the company she just got hired to work for.
You're right. And we can't let her get away with this, especially after she tried to target you for one of her attacks. I can't just sit back and do nothing about this. I mean, especially not when it's a big special day like this. We can't let her make it all about whatever she wants it to be.
I appreciate how worked up you're getting, Ivan, but I'm just grateful that I and no one else were injured in all of this. Maybe you should just take a breath and try to calm down before the wedding starts. Don't you think? Like you said, this is a big special day and we shouldn't let what some crazy lady does ruin it, right?
You might be right about that, Tina. But just, please be careful. I would hate for something else like this to happen today.
Well, I am sure that if Rosalind had any idea about who I really was, that she would feel really foolish about what she just did. I really can't believe that you actually did that. I mean, really? What is the matter with you? Literally, how did you even make this big of a mess in the time that I was away? I just don't get it. Don't you realize what a mess you're making here and what a bother you're being to everyone else here? Don't you have any shame at all?
The only one who should be ashamed here is you. Of not doing your job as the cleaning lady, that is. Now hurry up and start cleaning this place up right now. After all, it is why you were invited here, right? You're just here to be a cleaning lady and nothing else? Now chop chop, get sweeping.
You know, it really, really pains me to have to do this on a day like today, but you really are leaving me with no other choice through your behavior. I am not going to be cleaning anything. In fact, you made this mess, so you are going to clean it up right now.
Are you crazy? Have you seriously lost your mind or something? Just why in the world would I do your job for you? You're the cleaning lady, and I'm the real employee. So when I point to something and tell you to clean it, I don't want to hear any back talk. You need to shut up and do as I say. You are cleaning staff, and it is your job to clean. Do you understand me?
I really just don't even know how to deal with someone who thinks like you. I mean, why is all this cleaning falling to me anyways?
I thought I told you that I was getting tired of you talking back to me. I told you that your job was to listen to me when I say something needs to be cleaned, and then clean it. Don't you know that I'm a fast track to the top of this company? You're nobody compared to me, and it's high time you showed me some respect. You should be lucky that you still even have your job after all of this talking back to me that you have been doing. Now, if you want to earn a living in this world, you'll get your mop and start cleaning.
It sounds to me like you're really, really happy about getting your job at this company, aren't you?
And just who are you to make that kind of claim about me, huh? You don't know me. Just shut up and do your job already. I've never had to deal with help as rude as you.
You really are full of yourself, aren't you? But are you sure you know who you're really talking to right now?
You make that sound like a bad thing. Of course I'm self-confident when I'm dealing with little peon nobodies like you. You're literally no one. You have no idea what I've had to do to get to where I am. I graduated at the top of my class with amazing grades, and that's how I got my job at one of the largest companies in the whole country. Besides, I have plans for my section head. After all, he's not bad on the eyes, and I'm sure that if him and I got together, we could make sure that our careers went exactly the way that we wanted them to. After all, you know what they say, right? To get ahead in life, it's all about who you know.
But I just mean that you sound so confident that all those things are going to come true for you. Of course, it's important to have good grades and a strong resume, but you know that companies care about character as well, right?
Just why is a little worm like you talking to me about my character, huh? You don't know a single thing about me. Now, why aren't you on the floor with a rag cleaning up the mess that I have ordered you to clean up several times now?
I'm not cleaning because I've already told you that I won't be, and that you are going to clean up the mess that you made. Now, take responsibility for what you have done and start mopping.
You think that I'm going to clean up that mess? That's rich coming from a little cleaning lady like you. You must really be stupid or something. Besides, where's your proof that I made this mess, huh? Don't you realize just how lucky you are to even be here? The least you can do is clean up to show your gratitude. After all, the real reason you were invited was probably just to clean up after everything is done here.
Are you sure about that? You sure talk as if you know everything that's going on around here, don't you?
And just what's wrong with talking like that if I do know everything that is going on around here? Huh? You really need to learn who you're talking to. I mean, just what was the CEO of my company thinking, inviting a loser nobody like you to his wedding like this? Sometimes I just don't know what goes on in that head of his.
Well, I have a few hunches of how I might have ended up here. But the one that seems the most likely is that I'm here to marry my fiancé.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? Is there a second wedding going on here or something like that?
No, nothing like that. It's just that your CEO who is getting married today had to be getting married to someone, right? Anyways, if I were you, I would really start getting to cleaning up that mess of yours before it's too late.
Whoa. I still don't get what it is that you were trying to tell me with all of that. I mean, is your head okay? Are you just living in some kind of dreamland or something like that?
I guess you really don't know as much as you think. I would ask some of the other guests if you don't believe me.
Oh, trust me, I will. I'll ask them if they can believe that a lowly nobody like you actually thinks that they are going to marry the CEO of my company. In fact, maybe I'll go up and ask the CEO himself, and then we can have a long laugh about how delusional you are.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually. Why don't you go ahead and do that then?
Hi there, boss. This is Rosalind. I just wanted to thank you again for inviting me to your amazing wedding. I really am so happy to be here. But I just had one little question for you. Who is it that you are going to be getting married to today? I don't think that I even know who your fiancé is.
What the heck are you doing messaging me right now, huh?
Boss, I said it was me, Rosalind. You know who I am. I'm only trying to ask about who it is that you are going to be marrying today since we are all here for your wedding. Because I was talking to this crazy cleaning lady from our office, and get this. She said that she was supposed to be the one marrying you today. I told her that she was crazy, and she told me to go and ask you.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. And yes, she's gonna be my wife.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I take it that wasn't the answer that you were looking for, right? But it's true. She's my wife, and I'm very proud to be marrying her.
But hold on a second. I don't understand. What's going on here? This doesn't make any sense at all.
What doesn't make sense to me is why you think that you can treat my bride the way you've been at her own wedding. Don't you have sense of shame about yourself at all?
But I mean, this still isn't adding up at all. So then, you're the CEO of a company and you're going to marry some cleaning lady?
And just what's so wrong about that? Do you have a problem with my choice of spouse or something?
No, of course not. There's nothing wrong with wanting to marry whoever you love, of course. But I guess what I'm really confused about is why you two are getting together in the first place.
You said so yourself, didn't you? Because of love. I don't think that I need to explain myself any more than that to you, do I?
Right, no, of course not. I mean, I'm sure that she's a really wonderful person, of course, but well, don't you think that you'd be better off marrying someone a little closer to your status?
You really are showing everyone just what kind of person you really are today, aren't you? But there's something you should know. I, as CEO of this company, think of all my workers in equal light. Though everybody may have different jobs, get different wages, and have different regulations, I want everybody in my office to be able to get along. Or at the very least, treat each other like equals.
Of course, I think it's totally reasonable as the head of a hierarchical structure to think that just wanting equality is enough to overcome material differences in livelihoods.
Well, of course it can. That's just how the world works. But what I want to know is why you had the nerve to throw that plate at my fiancé.
You mean that you heard about me doing that?
Just answer the question right now. Don't you know that you have to obey whatever your boss tells you to, even outside of work?
Well, the reason I threw the plate was because I had no other choice. I mean, that's not it. It's because my hand slipped. That's right, my hand slipped.
And that's really what you want to go with? You just want to say that your hand slipped and that's all that happened?
Yes. I mean, of course that's what happened. I was there, so I should know, right?
I see. Well, I think I know all I need to know in that case.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean that you know all you need to know in this case? What are you going to do? Tina, are you there? I just wanted to say that I am so sorry for what I did to you. I really had no idea that you and Ivan were engaged to be married. I had no idea that you were my boss's fiancé. I really don't care at all about your apologies, Rosalind. But I want to know who is going to pay for all the damage that you caused. The damage that I caused? What do you mean the damage that I caused? And what do you mean who is going to pay for it? I don't get what you're trying to say. You mean you really think that breaking plates, wasting food, splattering people's clothes with bits of brunch are all just going to be swept under the rug? I don't think so.
especially not when it's clear that you've done no reflection on your actions at all.
But of course I reflected. I came to apologize to you for what I did because I didn't know who you were, did I?
Not only that, but you also stained the carpet of our wedding venue with the mess that you caused. And even though the carpet is probably the least expensive thing that you'll have to pay for, just know that you will be charged for that as well.
But then how much money am I looking at having to pay? And are you really going to make me pay for every little mess that happens at a wedding?
I would say you are probably looking at about $250,000 with all this. And that's only including all the messes that you made. Did you think that making a mess in a place like this was going to be cheap? Have you seen where we are right now? But you didn't care. You just wanted to live in your little fantasy world of hierarchy where you can treat people however you want.
Wait, please. I just hold on for a second. I mean, how do you even know how much all of this stuff costs? Why do you know how much it would cost to clean a carpet like this?
Well, that's because I own this venue. So I should know what everything costs.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I don't get what you're trying to tell me. What does that mean that you own this venue? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, let me break it down for you then. Before I owned this place, it belonged to my mother. Then when she died, I took over the family business of running this place. Of course, I have other jobs, but also have a staff under me who I can use to help me get the things I need done. Although I am just a bit of a clean freak, so I hope that you're not too surprised that I know just how much it costs to clean up messes.
So then when you were walking around earlier with a mop...
I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would a bride be mopping at her own wedding? Why would she be doing that when surely a place like this has a staff that would be able to handle messes in a second, right? And yet, after I went at this place with a mop, there wasn't a single square inch that wasn't sparkling.
Well, I guess now that you mention it, this place is pretty clean, actually.
That's right. But I also helped clean because I hate the idea of others doing something for me that I can do myself. It may be my wedding, but that doesn't mean that I'm some glass doll who can't function on her own. I wanted my staff to see that I mean it when I say they're all equals in my company. Besides, more than anything, I'm just a little bit of a perfectionist, and if things aren't done to my specifications, then I won't be happy. But I've learned that the best way to make sure that happens is just to do the work myself. But I suppose that someone like you has never thought about actually doing something for yourself, have you? It's clear that you expect people like those who work on the cleaning staff to clean up after your messes and take your abuse on top of that. You really are one of the worst kinds of people. Do you know that? You're what's wrong with the world!
You mean I'm what's wrong with the world because I look down on people? Are you kidding me?
You literally hurled a glass plate at me because you thought I was a cleaning staff member who walked in front of you. I really don't know what else to say except that you're a terrible person with a terrible worldview. I've met plenty of selfish people in my days, but you have got to be one of the worst.
Okay, I'm sorry, jeez. I'll pay whatever the damages are.
I know you will. That was never up for debate, Rosalind.
Of course. So what? Well, I was just hoping that you could tell Ivan that I thought about my actions, realized what I did was wrong, and agreed to pay for damages. If you could just tell him all of that.
I see what's going on here. You think that you're going to be fired for this, and so you want me to talk to your boss for you. Is that right?
Come on! I already said that I would pay for everything, didn't I?
Oh, and you will pay. Trust me. I am going to make sure of that. But who knows? Ivan really is a bit of a pushover. You might be fine.
You mean it? That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Sorry, you didn't let me finish. He might let you off the hook, but I won't as upper management of the same company that you work for. In fact, as head of HR, I have significant power in choosing who does, and doesn't, have a job here depending on their behavior. And I'm afraid that you've proven yourself to be a terrible employee. And for that reason, we have no choice but to fire you. No, wait, hold on. You can't actually be serious about that, right? I mean, you're not really going to fire me after I already said that I was sorry and going to be paying for all the damages, are you? Of course I'm going to fire you. It's clear that you haven't really thought at all about why what you did was wrong. And you were going to pay for what you did either way. You are never, ever going to get out of paying for the damage that you caused. And then when you have paid for everything, I'll fire you. It really is quite a simple process if I'm being honest. But come on, don't you think that you're taking things just a little bit too far with all of that? I really don't think that I've even started to take it nearly far enough for what you deserve. And you should know that I have significant pull in this town. Lots of people know me at all the companies that you might think to job hunt at. So I suppose that you might have some real trouble in the job market in the future? You mean that you would really sabotage my whole career just over this? That's taking this whole thing way too far now. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you will be able to find another job in another field. But you are going to be put on a blacklist in this industry until the end of time. You can't be serious about that. Please, you have to forgive me. Don't do this to me, I'm begging you. This can't be happening to me. I refuse to accept it. How did it all come to this? Well, it all came to this. When a bride at her own wedding walks past one of the guests there and the guest decides to assault the bride with a plate. I think it's pretty clear to see who is in the wrong when you take a step back and look at it like that. Can't you? But, I mean, please, you have to at least talk to my supervisor. He knows how hard I work for this company and how much I've given. Please, you have to talk to him at least once before you fire me. I know that he'll stick up for me. And you really think whatever he has to say is going to trump all of the security footage of you throwing the plate at me and making a big mess all over the venue? Oh, wait, what do you mean by that? You mean that there was a camera that was recording me the whole time when I threw the plate at you and when I made the mess after you left the room? Are you saying there's footage of me doing all of that? That's right. And while I'm sure your supervisor might be at pains to see you go, the fact of the matter is that we can't be encouraging this kind of behavior among our employers. So I'm sorry, but I really don't see how anything you might be able to mention would ever change my mind about what I'm about to do. I had no idea that a fancy place like this, dealing with hundreds of customers and guests day in and day out, would have security cameras installed. That's just... it's unthinkable. And it all means that no matter what anyone says, there is always going to be that hard evidence against you. Now I don't want to ever see your face again. Do you understand me? Wait, please, don't do this to me. This is taking things way too far. I mean, you're talking about ending my career. You can't do that. Are you sure about that? You are more than welcome to try and stop me. But if you really think that that position is everything when it comes to working in this company, then you already know that you don't have a chance. After that, Rosalind tried asking her supervisor to step in and try to save her job. He put up a fight and begged me not to go through with my decision, citing all the hard work that Rosalind had put in since she started at the company. But when I showed her the footage from the wedding, he didn't have anything else to say. So, Rosalind was fired from her job. She ended up moving back in with her parents, and I hear that she was becoming something of a recluse now. Although I can't blame her, since after she was fired, she found out that I followed through on my promise to blacklist her from every company in our industry. And to think that she might have had a really great career waiting ahead of her. If only she didn't get a huge ego and think she could treat people however she wanted to. I hear that she ended up finding some part-time work at her parents' requests. Though I can hardly imagine with pride like hers lasting in a job like that long. As for Ivan and I, after we chased off Rosalind from our wedding, things finally calmed down and we were able to proceed with the ceremony without any further incident. In fact, after she was gone, many of the guests came up to me and apologized to me for not doing anything about Rosalind before. I told them it was fine and that I understand just how scary a woman like that could be to approach. In the end, I was just happy that everyone was safe and that my marriage was able to happen without any further incident. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hi there, Rita. It's your mom here. I'm messaging you because I have something really important that I need to talk to you about.
Oh, Mom, hi. It's been a while since we last spoke. How are you doing? Has something changed recently you wanted to talk about? I was actually thinking about coming home for a visit next week, if that's all right with you. Maybe we can talk about what you want to say then.
Well, I knew that you were wanting to come here, and I was thinking of waiting until then to talk, but I don't think this can wait any longer. I thought it would be better to say this sooner rather than later. It will just make things a lot easier on everyone if I did.
Huh? Okay, now I feel more confused. What are you talking about, Mom? Has something happened? Are you okay?
Okay, now I'm not sure if you know about this, but your sister Annie is getting married. I was wondering if she got in contact with you before I messaged you.
Wait, what? Annie's actually getting married? No, I didn't know any of this was happening. She's not been in contact with me for a while now.
Huh? She hasn't called you or messaged you at all? That's so odd. You're her sister. I thought you'd be the first to know. Annie did tell me that she'd be inviting the family, including the little relatives we have, and you, Rita. I swear that's what she said.
Huh? Is that so? But I don't get why she would want to invite me when her and I haven't spoken to each other in the last 3 years. It doesn't make a lot of sense. She wanted to keep me more at arm's length from her. And it was her that wanted to isolate herself from me. That's probably why she didn't contact me about this, Mom.
From the sounds of it, it seems like her partner has a lot more relatives than her. I also don't think many of her friends are going, and we're such a small family, too, so...
Well, she hasn't got the nicest of personalities, Mom, so I'm not surprised there won't be as many people for her side.
I understand, but it's her day, and it's about your sister, so please don't say anything bad to her, Rita. We can't make the situation worse. She also just works from home, so I really don't think she has that many coworkers or friends. She's trying to match the wedding venue to her partner's wishes. It seems like it turned out to be a pretty big venue so that his side can see him get married to Annie. She said that if we don't gather together our relatives, things will look disgraceful.
To be honest, I'm not surprised she's trying to round us up like a farm animal. She wants to make herself look like a lot of people like her and that she has a big circle of people. Not even remotely true. She just pushes people away. So typical of Annie to do this, Mom.
I guess we'll see if she's trying to change her tune about her family and her life. Maybe she might get in touch with you soon, Rita. Just be kind to her, okay?
Mom, it's not that great to tell me that, okay? You're not trying to spoil her, are you? After the way she shunned me out of her life?
I'm not spoiling her, Rita, but she's also my daughter, and I just want things to go right for her as well as you. But you know, with being close to the end of my life, I just want things to be fixed. I just want my daughters to get along again and be sisters. I want my daughters to at least be able to stand in the same room as one another.
Huh? What's brought this on, Mom? Why are you talking like this is the end of your life? What are you talking about? Mom, what's going on here?
Hey, did you get my invitation to my wedding, Rita? Of course, I know you're going to come because you're my older sister.
Wow, Annie, even though it's been a while since we last talked to each other, you're still being as rude as ever. Why do you always think you're better than anyone else? You're talking to me and assume that I'm going to turn around and say yes to going to your wedding. What makes you think that I would?
Isn't it obvious, Rita? Because when big events like this happen in a family, everyone gets together and actually celebrates. You're still my sister, no matter how long it's been since we talked. You've surely decided to come, right?
I really don't understand you, Annie. You never even directly notified me of your marriage. I had to hear it from someone else rather than hearing it from you. Honestly, I'm surprised that people with your attitude just assume that going to a wedding is a given.
What the heck, Rita? So you're planning to not come at all? You know, if you don't come to my wedding, I'm just going to collect a nuisance fee from you since you're wasting my time.
A nuisance fee? What on earth are you on about? You're so insane that it just blows my mind sometimes. You can't even do that to someone.
You do know that it's impossible for you not to come to my wedding, Rita. You're my sister, so you've got to be there. You're definitely coming, okay?
To be honest with you, Annie, after what happened the last time I saw you, I don't ever want to see you again. You're so horrible to me for no good reason. It's true that I don't want to see your face ever again, but this time I'm going, it's only because of Mom, not you. So you don't need to worry about suing me or anything like that. I'm planning on going to your wedding for now.
You're coming because of our mother? What kind of stupid reason is that, Rita? You should come so that you can see your adorable little sister walk down the aisle.
My adorable little sister. You've got to be kidding me, Annie. Did you forget that you canceled your own father's funeral? Moreover, you stole some of the gifts and then you just disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm honestly surprised that our mom even forgave you for all of that. I guess she just wants her daughter close to her. I've not forgotten what you did, though, Annie. I won't let the same thing happen again.
Wow, you hold grudges, don't you? I've already forgotten about all of that. It happened so long ago, Rita. Get over it. I'm so excited about getting married, so there's no need for you to bring me down. Jeez, this feels like the climax of my life or something.
Wow, you're still so selfish. When are you going to learn to grow up and think about how other people feel about what you say to them? You're not even home at all lately, have you? Have you even met up with Mom at all?
We haven't met up, no, but we've been keeping in touch a little bit. I don't know any of our relatives' contact information, so I needed to talk to her.
Would you quit using our mom for your own purposes, Annie? Do you ever even listen carefully to what our mother says? I really want you to go and see her before anything happens, okay? I'm pretty sure she's at the hospital right now.
Ew, she's in the hospital? Ugh, no way am I going to a germ-filled place like that to meet up with her. I can wait to see her when she's not there.
Huh? What on earth are you talking about, Annie? Why won't you go and see her? She's your mother. She's done so much for you.
I told her that I was getting married and I'm busy with all of those plans. Why do I have to go to a place like that to go and see her? She should be letting me be happy before and after my celebration, and so should you. Stop depressing me so much.
Wait, so you're not even remotely worried about our mother, are you? Have you even asked her about her health recently?
She's been going to the hospital pretty regularly. She's been going there for quite some time now. Come on, they know what they're doing. There's nothing I can do if I go there and see her. I'm no doctor or anything like that. I'm too busy planning my wedding here.
Wow, you've just gotten worse as you've gotten older. You really are so selfish and think of no one but yourself. How did you end up like this? Stop messing around and just come with me to the hospital so we can see our mother together, okay?
What the heck are you talking about, Rita? Weren't you listening to me before? There's no way I'm going there. I especially don't want to go there with you. I don't really want to be in the same space as you right now. You're just going to say all of these annoying things to me, right?
That's not what I'm going to do, Annie. Doesn't Mom tell you to listen to her when she's got something important to tell you?
I've got no idea what you're talking about right now. I am way too busy to be solving all these riddles you're throwing at me. If you've got something to do, just message me about it. There's no need for me to be involved right now. Also, remember to wrap my gift up well, okay? You're a relative of mine after all, so you need to get me something good and it needs to be expensive. I forgive you if you don't do that for me.
Stop talking, making everything all about you, Annie. This is getting ridiculous. You need to listen to me right now. Do you have any idea how our mother is feeling right now? Do you even care about her well-being, Annie? Are you even going to listen to me? Annie, come on, stop ignoring me this instant. You need to answer your phone immediately. You really need to get to the hospital right now.
Huh? Rita, what do you want now? Why do I need to come to the hospital for? I am in the middle of getting my hair done right now, so I can't.
Mom is taking a turn for the worse. I don't know what's going on with her, so this is more important. I don't care about your hair. You need to get here right now and fast.
Hey, look, my hair and me looking good for my wedding day is more of a priority right now. I just can't drop everything and get over there. I'm getting my nails done after this, so could we do this the day after tomorrow? I'm really busy getting ready for my wedding, so please understand that.
I can't believe you right now. This is unbelievable what you're saying to me, Annie. You're saying it's too hard to get here? How can you not understand what's happening? Annie, if you don't get to the hospital right now, you're going to regret your decision not coming for the rest of your life.
Well, I'm all right with that. I'm not interested in seeing Mom right now. I'm too busy with these wedding plans, all right? I'll see you at the wedding.
Wow, you really are just a horrible person, Annie. You literally just a piece of trash who needs to be thrown in the garbage. You really are. I've had enough of convincing you to get here. It really is on you for ignoring what I say. But then all you think about is yourself, right? I'm just gonna give up on this now, but feel free to regret your decision later as much as you like. I bet you will eventually.
This is just ridiculous. Why are you messing with me like this? I don't have the time or that much effort to text you to try and figure out where you are. Why are you not even here yet? This is disgusting behavior that I shouldn't have to put up with from my older sister. Also, none of our relatives arrived yet either. Neither has our mother. What on earth is going on? As my sister, you should be here way earlier, no?
Annie? Are you kidding me with this crap right now? What on earth are you doing right now? Don't you have any idea what's happening?
You didn't just suddenly cancel on me because you got irritated over the conversation we had the other day, are you? That's a bit immature. You know that today's my wedding day and you're all supposed to be here, especially you and Mom.
There's no way that I can go to the wedding today, alright? Not on a day like this. I can't just show up to your wedding with what's happening today.
How could you just go and bail on my own wedding without even giving me an explanation? I don't care. You need to get to the venue right away. Are you crazy or something? How can you not be here already? You're driving me up the wall. I need everyone here, and that's an order.
You're the one who's breaking out into a fit of rage, Annie. You're the one who's been acting crazy in the first place. You're so full of yourself, Annie. Because of your crappy behavior and being so selfish, I just physically can't be there for you on your wedding day. You didn't contact me for 3 years. Do you really think it makes sense to send someone an invitation to their wedding even though you haven't been face to face for such a long time?
But what you're doing is worse. There should be no such thing as a last-minute cancellation. You can't do that when I invited you. What about our relatives, huh? Where are they? I invited them as well and they chose not to come. What the heck? You did something, didn't you? Were you all planning to bail on my wedding behind my back or something? Even though you're the older sister, it's horrible that you would persuade people not to come to my wedding. You need to gather up all our relatives and get to the venue this instant. I've got no time for this crap, Rita.
I'm not going to do that, Annie, because there's a funeral happening right now, and I'm not going to leave it for you. This is far too important.
Hold on a minute. What did you just say to me? You're actually at a funeral right now?
Yes, and so are the rest of our relatives. They're also with me at the funeral right now. All of them wanted to be here so that we could give Mom a good send-off.
Wait, what? Can you repeat that, please? I must be reading this all wrong or something. Can you give me a better explanation so I can understand what's going on?
I think it's a bit too late to explain it to you now, what is going on, but I guess you didn't take the time to listen to me and understand the situation. By the time your skin turns into the shade of a ghost, you won't be able to make it to the funeral in time. Mum's not coming back, Annie.
Okay, I get the joke now, so please stop messing me around. What on earth were you talking about before? You're at a funeral right now? It doesn't make any sense to me. What do you mean that Mom's not coming back? Did she go somewhere and didn't tell me? What on earth are you talking about?
Annie, I don't know if there's any other way I can break this to you. Mum passed away 3 days ago.
What are you talking about? She passed away. No, that can't be right. She's been fine. I only spoke to her not so long ago.
I don't know how many times I tried to get in contact with you, Annie. You weren't picking up your phone for my calls or even my messages. I couldn't believe it. When I tried calling you, Mum was in critical condition at the hospital. Both me and Auntie tried calling you to see if you'd pick up. I tried many times to call you. You never picked up. You ignored me when all I wanted to tell you was to get to the hospital, Annie, and you didn't come. Mum's no longer with us anymore, Annie.
No, wait just a minute there, Rita. Are you being dead serious right now? This can't be happening. Mom actually passed away? This can't be true. Why didn't you try to tell me what was going on with her? How could you do this to me? Why didn't you try harder?
Hey, you were the one who ignored my calls and didn't pick up anyone else's calls either. It's not my fault that you didn't get told when you were ignoring everybody. We were all trying really hard to get in contact with you. All of our relatives tried to call your number as well, but it kept going straight to voicemail.
I just saw all the missed calls and messages that people had left for me. I got so many calls from all of these random numbers, so I didn't know who they were. I just ignored them.
Our mom was in critical condition, Annie. Was it really that difficult to pick up the phone to one of those numbers? It was obviously urgent. I just can't understand how none of this should be getting through to you when we tried to talk to you so many times. It blows my mind, to be honest.
Okay, so it's really true that Mom is dead? She's actually not coming back? I guess she won't be able to come to my wedding then.
Are you actually insane, Annie? Of course she's not coming back. Why would she be able to come to your wedding? Is that all you care about? Not the fact that she's actually gone. How do you live with yourself? We're in the middle of a funeral right now, so no, Mom won't be coming to your wedding.
I guess that's true. But what about you and the other relatives? Are you really planning on not coming to the wedding even though you're my sister and should be here? Just because Mom is gone, you refuse to come to my wedding ceremony? Is that what you're trying to tell me? How could you do this to me?
I'm honestly shocked right now. I just said that I'm at a funeral, so why on earth would I want to go to a wedding in the middle of it? Just think about what you're actually saying, and then maybe you'll understand why I've chosen to stay here and say goodbye to my mom rather than see you get married. In fact, it's actually common sense in my mind. You really shouldn't even have to think too hard about this. But seriously, you're unbelievable.
You don't have to say it like that, okay? How could you treat me so rudely on my wedding day? But I guess for now, I'll postpone the wedding a little. So once the funeral is finished, will you come to the wedding venue and watch me get married? I really want to have my wedding too, you know. Everyone is already gathered together anyways, so why don't you all come over to the wedding afterwards, okay?
Wait a second, are you being serious right now, Annie? Are you on a different planet right now? Our mother just died and we're laying her to rest today. Are you saying that this is less important than guests being able to get to your wedding today? Are you for real? This is a sick way of thinking, Annie. I can't believe you're doing this to your own family and to your dead mother's memory. She'd be so disappointed in you right now.
Why are you talking to me like this? I can't help but have my wedding today. I never thought that our mother would just go and disappear on us. Look, I'm sure that we both can't believe that something like this has happened today of all days, but now is not the time to be sad when we should be celebrating my wedding. The seats on the groom's side of the wedding venue are starting to rapidly fill up. How is my side still empty right now? This is bogus, Rita. If things continue like this, we can't even start the wedding ceremony, and I'm not going to let that happen to me today. If you're going to be late, I'll just make the other guests wait a while, okay? You don't mind if I tell them that, right?
You're impossible, Annie. I can't believe you're actually acting like this right now. Especially towards your own family. It's like none of us matter.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What are you even talking about? How am I being impossible when I'm trying to give you clear instructions?
That soul of yours is completely impossible to understand. It's like you have no remorse for anything that happens. It's too incomprehensible. I'm just going to say it. This is not the time to be talking or even thinking about weddings right now. I told you I'm at our mother's funeral, for goodness sake.
Huh? So you really don't think anyone would want to come to my wedding today because of this funeral? Are you being serious right now?
Of course I am, you idiot! How dare you be like this when our mother just died, you horrible human being! No one is thinking of your wedding today. No one. Nobody at this funeral today is going to come to your stupid wedding because somebody just died, Annie. Do you not understand that? Have you even told your soon-to-be husband what's going on here? Have you even told him that your mom just died? Have you told him what you've been like?
Excuse me? Why on earth are you talking to me like this on what's supposed to be my special day? Also, what do you mean by what I've been like?
I'm talking about you being estranged from me and your relatives for the past 3 years, you moron. Did you even tell him what you did at our father's funeral? Our relatives didn't forgive you for what you did then. It would be a disgrace to steal condolence gifts from people and then never pay them back for it. That's what you did, Annie. No matter which way I think about all this, there's no way I can ever forgive you for what you've done to me and the rest of the family.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize you were still so angry about what happened. Look, I hardly had any money at the time. There was nothing I could do. I really needed the money to stay afloat. I didn't think everyone would be so angry. I thought they would understand where I was coming from.
You've got some nerve saying that to me, Annie. I don't understand you. I'm glad that after this stunt you've pulled that I can cut you out of the rest of my life. If you're never going to change for what you've done or improve yourself, so why should I have you in my life?
But you can't do this to me, sister. We're related. We can't just abandon each other like this. What about my wedding? Why don't you just come by and talk to me about this?
How many times have I told you, Annie, there's no way I'm stepping foot in that wedding venue? I couldn't stand to see that smug look on your face when I arrived. To be honest, since you told me to come to your wedding, I never really intended to actually go since you were actually acting so horribly towards me. I thought that it was really stupid of you to send me an invitation to your wedding when you hadn't had the guts to talk to me in the last 3 years. It was Mom's request for me to go to your wedding this time to see if there was some way we could bond and build a relationship again, but I think not. The other relatives would also be persuaded to go and see you if you had changed your tune about all of us. Mom did so before she died.
Wait, what? Did she actually try and persuade the rest of the family to come to my wedding? Why would she do that when they should have been coming in the first place?
Because she's our mom and she didn't want you to be alone on your big day, but I really didn't care if you were or not. And all she wanted was to have us be sisters again. I really don't think that was going to happen, to be honest. You're the one who didn't know what she was doing. Mom told me that she had very little time left on this earth, but I didn't understand, but she had one final request. She wanted us to be close again.
Huh? Why would she want that request for? We're sisters because we come from the same mother and father. It's pretty self-explanatory. I also had no idea that she had so little time left. How did she even know that? I wish you told me that. I had no idea. You're only telling me now.
No, she wanted us to have a loving relationship. I should have been able to go to you for anything, but you made that impossible. You didn't want much to do with me. And for what? Not much of a reason at all. You make no sense to me anymore, Annie. It's all too late now. Mom and I have said this so many times to you, and you never listen. You never took the time to listen to other people, and this is the result we get from this. All you are is a funeral thief, Annie. You had no idea that Mom died and that her funeral was today because you ignored us and didn't call me. I'm embarrassed to be your older sister, so I'm cutting ties with you completely from now on. Don't you ever think about us as family again. I have no sister anymore. From now on, I'm an only child.
Wait a minute, Rita, you can't just do this to your baby's sister, not on her wedding day. Don't you think what you're saying is going a bit too far? Please, don't cut me off. We need each other more than ever since Mom is gone. Just let me make this up to you. I really need you, Rita. Don't leave me.
No, I've done more than enough for you and I get nothing in return. None of the relatives are going to go to your wedding today. Have fun getting married all by yourself, Annie. I hope that you don't suddenly show up here and beg Mom for mercy, even though she's gone. She's not going to listen to you anymore. You're no longer part of my family, Annie. You can try and make your own, but I have a feeling that you're going to ruin your chances of that as well since you're so Don't even think about contacting me ever again, you selfish, horrible woman. Leave me alone. I want to have a peaceful life without you in it. In the end, it seems that Rita completely ignored all the communication that Annie was trying to give her. Considering what Annie has done so far, it's no surprise that she's being ignored. Annie also tried to ask the relatives for help as well, but they also ignored her. Seems like she's lost with what she can do now. She lost everything, her sister, her relatives, and her husband. She also didn't have a place to live anymore, and she's currently working as a live-in part-time worker for extremely low wages. It's mostly hard work and she's saving very little money. The stress of her job has made her age quite a bit. At this point, she's finally realized how great of a person her mother was. She's only just realized the value of family, but she's realized this too late. Rita cleaned up her parents' house and sold it. She never fails to visit her mother's grave. She's always been very different from her sister Annie. She's practically selfless.